Okay. Yellow, yellow, hello, hello, hello. Today's video is about how I got over being suicidal. Being suicidal, having attempted time and time and time again, I think within the span of 7 years, yeah. In a span of 7 years, there have been continuous efforts, attempts, thoughts, and I can successfully say the last time that ever crossed my mind was 2024. Yeah, 2024. This is 2026, the 4th of May. Yeah. So, having gone through that, I think the first time I tried, what had happened was actually I got the idea from a teacher of mine in 8th grade describing when she was depressed. So obviously I'm not gonna relay how I tried to whatnot so as not to give anyone ideas on how to do it if they ever felt like it. So I'll just stick to the point of this video and saying how I got over it was I got in a situation where during those times when around that time when I was suicidal, I remembered having studied the effects that happen not only to you but also to your loved ones or the people that love you. And obviously, from my perspective, I am not projecting. I'm not saying this about anyone, but by myself. But about myself, is that when I was suicidal, I didn't love myself as much. Because now that I love myself, no matter how hard life gets, I don't wanna myself. I don't wanna hurt myself. I don't wanna off myself. I probably feel like escaping, running away, but I don't wanna do harm to myself, right? Because I love myself. So I'd say fundamentally the easiest way to stop being suicidal or to sort of alleviate, to lessen the amount of harm you would love to do to yourself or you would want to do to yourself for whatever reason it is that you're going through, is to love yourself bit by bit. Bit by bit. It wasn't easy. Obviously, there are different ways in which you can do about it, but I think the easiest way, if you want a practical way, is lying to yourself and telling you love yourself, even though you don't, even though you don't feel like it, even though your life is not what you would prefer it to be and whatnot. Also, I realized after that, in order even for you to enjoy the life that you do want, right, the life that how can I say, the opposite of the current life you're trying to harm yourself from, right? So let's say there's the life that you resent, you don't love, the current life that you want to escape from, and then there's the polar opposite of one, a life that you imagine that you would enjoy, if you would just get whatever it is that you want. And one thing I would say is, even if you had to get what you wanted, but if you got it from a state of not loving yourself, you won't enjoy that thing as much as you do, as you think you would. I only started enjoying my wealth. I only started enjoying my body. I only started enjoying byproducts of the person that I am only after I started loving myself. It wasn't easy. It wasn't. Sometimes it wasn't fun. Yes, it was a journey I had to go through, but the tough pillow to swallow is that you have to love yourself in order to enjoy the things that you do want, because the things that you do want are, I could say, a byproduct of you. So how can you enjoy what you want if you don't love yourself? So you, this is you, and these are byproducts of you. You don't love you. So even if you have to experience byproducts of you, you won't enjoy them as much. They might distract you for a while. They might give you certain feelings. They might give you a certain rush and all of that. But at the end of the day, because you don't love yourself, you won't come to appreciate them as much as you would were you to love yourself fully, unconditionally. So yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'll get into different details of I guess approaches that I took, right? And it's different because I'm not I'm not religious, but I did take from the religion I was brought up in, right? Or that I was, yeah, sort of immersed in. So part of Hinduism, part of Christianity, part of Catholicism, whatever you call it, as well as, yeah, mysticism, Eastern religions, in whatever shape and form they would come in. I learned from that. That helped me to finally understand. But yeah, I would say the one that helped me the most definitely was Jesus. Having received a message from a person that was channeling Jesus, and the person was relaying how a lot of the times when people do commit suicide, when they are out of their body, right? As soon as, so you have like your physical body, and then you have like your etheric, your spiritual body, and as soon as you kill yourself, obviously you're outside of your body, and you see your body, the one that you just cause harm to, and there's a great deal of regret. And I've always been the type of person that I don't want to live my life with regret. So that was like sort of an anchor for me to carry on, to want to see it through, regardless of the pain, and regardless of the way I was seeing things. But I understood that my perspective was off because of the way I felt, and vice versa, though, because of the way I felt, my perspective was off, or because of the way I would perceive things, that altered the way I felt. So once I started feeling better, once I started to perceive things better by loving myself, that allowed me to view things in a way that was mutually beneficial, not only for me but also for the people that cared about me, and also for me not having to experience something like being in a state of regret, trying to go inside my body after having harmed myself. As well as much as I was beefing my family, just beefing everyone at that point when I was trying to harm myself, I didn't want to hurt them. I didn't want to hurt them, especially because I was in pain, So that was another thing that I sort of how can I say, struggled with, that I had to stomach, that if I do this to myself, not only am I going to hurt myself, but I'm also going to hurt people that love me and that I love, regardless of the current the circumstances that I was with them at that time, So I had to make that decision and be like, nah, I can't do that. Can't do that to them. Can't do that to myself. Pardon the noise. A practical way I could say is love yourself as best as you can, in whatever shape, way, shape, form that you can, whatever approach you take. Just that does help, and I'm speaking from experience that loving yourself does allow you to stop wanting to do that. Because if I really love someone, why would I want to hurt them? Why would I want to kill them? And if I really love myself, I would want to live for myself. I wouldn't want to kill myself. I wouldn't want to hurt myself. So yeah, loving yourself is the best way for you to get over, I'd say, a lot of things, most things in life, things that you definitely would rather prefer not to experience. But even when you do love yourself, and you love yourself more, you'll come to even appreciate those experiences, because you'll learn different things about yourself. Your resilience, your strength, your ability to endure things that at times that scare you, that cause fear, that cause doubt. So yeah, I could definitely say love is the way that I conquered suicide.